Have you ever woken up feeling like you're living a life that doesn't truly belong to you? Every decision you've made, every sacrifice, and every version of yourself that you've shown the world, were they shaped by your own desires, or have they been molded by the expectations of others? You push forward, fulfilling roles you believe you're supposed to play. But deep inside, there's a voice, a quiet, persistent whisper that obligations have drowned out, the pressure to fit in, and the fear of disappointing those around you. Then one day something shifts. It could be a conversation, a moment of stillness, or even an overwhelming sense of exhaustion, and suddenly it hits you. You've spent your life prioritizing everyone else while slowly fading into the background of your own story. It's like a curtain has been pulled back, revealing a reality you can't ignore anymore. Psychologist Carl Jung once said, "The greatest journey we can take is the one within." But that journey isn't easy. Choosing yourself means confronting the fears that have kept you trapped. It means breaking free from the urge to please, stepping away from the expectations that no longer serve you, and finally having the courage to say no to what doesn't align with who you truly are. And while it might feel daunting, this is the very moment where transformation begins. So today, we invite you on a journey of self-discovery, one where you step into your power and redefine your life on your terms. It won't be simple, and it won't always be comfortable, but one thing is certain. Once you take this step, nothing will ever be the same again. Before we begin, make sure to follow Psyche Ideas, where you'll find thought-provoking content that challenges the way you see life and inspires you to grow. Now let's get started. There comes a day, unexpected and without warning, when something inside you cracks. You look in the mirror and see your reflection and the truth you've been avoiding. For years, you've lived for others, saying yes when you long to say no, burying your desires beneath the weight of expectations. You've shaped yourself to fit into roles, seeking approval rather than embracing yourself. And in doing so, you've lost sight of the most important person in your life, you. Then, a realization hits. A deep, undeniable pull from within. A voice you've silenced for too long finally speaks. What if, just this once, I chose myself? This is where everything changes, the reaction of the world. The moment you decide to prioritize yourself, the world around you shifts. Some will question your choices. Others will resist your newfound independence. They may call you selfish, say you've changed, and insist that you're no longer the person they once knew. But the truth is, you haven't changed. You've simply returned to who you were always meant to be. People grow accustomed to your compliance, your willingness to sacrifice, and your constant effort to keep the peace. When you finally start setting boundaries and choosing your own path without constantly seeking validation, it unsettles them. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your transformation forces them to examine their own lives. And not everyone is ready for that. Some may drift away, but those who stay, they are the ones who see you. Not the version shaped to please them, but the person you were meant to be all along. The strength in choosing yourself. For too long, you believed happiness came from external validation. You thought that pleasing others would earn love, acceptance, and respect. But the truth? Those things were never outside of you. Your strength has always been within. When you finally choose yourself, something incredible happens. Fear begins to fade, fear of judgment, disappointing others, and not being enough. You stop apologizing for being who you are. You no longer seek approval. In doing so, you find the greatest freedom of all, living in alignment with your own truth. Carl Jung spoke of individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are, beyond what society, family, or expectations dictate. When you embrace it, something shifts. The weight lifts. You feel lighter, stronger, and more connected to yourself than ever before. Releasing the chains of the past. For years, you've lived under the weight of expectations, constantly seeking validation, molding yourself to fit others' ideals, and fearing that you would be abandoned or unworthy if you didn't meet their standards. Every decision was clouded by the need to please, the dread of disappointing someone, or the silent pressure to belong. But what happens when you finally break free? The moment you choose yourself, something shifts. The past, the doubts, the compromises, the need for approval begins to lose its grip. You no longer feel the urge to explain yourself or seek permission to be who you are. You stop fearing the judgment of those who refuse to understand your journey. You no longer bend backward to maintain connections, and you never build on mutual respect. And most importantly, you no longer look to others to fill the emptiness inside you because you realize you were never incomplete. Carl Jung regarded self-discovery as the most courageous journey a person can take. It requires facing the truths we've buried, questioning the roles we've played, and daring to rewrite our own story. Not one dictated by the expectations of others, but one aligned with the deepest truths of our being. This process is not just about changing your mindset. It's about reclaiming the life that was always meant to be yours. The universe mirrors your transformation. Have you ever noticed that life shifts in remarkable ways when you make a decision that truly resonates with your soul? The right people appear at just the right time. Opportunities you once thought were out of reach seem to find their way to you. Situations that once felt stuck suddenly move forward with ease. It's as if the universe is responding to your decision to honor who you are. Jung described this phenomenon as synchronicity, the idea that when we align with our true selves, the external world reflects that inner transformation. It's not magic, nor is it coincidence. It's the result of breaking free from self-imposed limitations and stepping into the life that was always waiting for you. But make no mistake, choosing yourself doesn't mean the journey will be smooth. Growth often comes with resistance. The old version of you will clash with the new. Doubts will creep in, tempting you to retreat to the comfort of familiarity. Some people may resist your change, accusing you of being selfish or unrecognizable, and your past fears may resurface, whispering that you are making a mistake. Yet, these obstacles are not signs of turning back. They are tests, opportunities to prove to yourself that you are ready to walk forward without the crutches of external approval. If doors begin to open without force, conversations lead you exactly where you need to be, and the right relationships emerge effortlessly, take it as confirmation. You are not lost, you are not alone, and you are simply walking the path that was meant for you all along. The journey to self-discovery. One of the scariest things about choosing yourself is the initial loneliness that follows. There's often an unsettling silence when you stop conforming to expectations, step away from toxic relationships, and begin prioritizing your well-being. The absence of distractions, validation, and familiar but unfulfilling connections can make it feel like you've lost something essential. But here's the truth. Loneliness is not your enemy. It is an invitation to rediscover yourself, to heal wounds you've ignored, and to build a life that truly resonates with your soul. At first, the quiet can feel overwhelming. You may find yourself reaching for old habits, seeking out people who no longer align with your growth, or trying to fill the void with external noise. But if you can sit with that silence and resist the urge to escape it, something profound happens. That emptiness is not a loss, it is a space that is now yours to shape, to fill with the things, people, and experiences that genuinely nourish you. Learning to love your own company. When you embrace solitude, you begin to realize something life-changing. You do not need anyone or anything to complete you. You are already whole. The relationships that once drained you lose their power over you. The need to be liked, accepted, or understood fades because you understand yourself better than anyone else ever could. Carl Jung believed that true transformation happens when we turn inward, when we stop seeking answers in the external world and begin exploring our own depths. This is where forgotten dreams resurface, buried passions reignite, and hidden strengths emerge. You start to listen to yourself, trust your intuition, and build a life that is in harmony with you rather than what the world expects you to be. And then, something incredible happens. You stop fearing loneliness. In fact, you start to love it. You find peace in your presence. You learn that the best conversations can happen within your mind, that your energy is sacred, and that solitude is not isolation, but empowerment. The more you embrace this truth, the more your reality shifts. You no longer chase validation because you know your worth. You no longer cling to relationships that make you feel small because you've realized that you were never lacking in the first place. The choice that changes everything. Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." The life you desire does not come from external validation, from fitting into someone else's narrative, or from the fear of disappointing others. It is born from a single, powerful decision: to choose yourself. This path is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you wonder if you've made the wrong choice, and moments when the comfort of your past calls you back. But remaining in a life that does not feel like your own is far more painful than facing the unknown. Growth requires discomfort, change demands courage, and self-discovery is a journey only you can take. If you've ever felt stuck, lost, or afraid to walk away from what no longer serves you, know that the hardest step is the first. Once you take it, the universe aligns to support you. The right people, opportunities, and experiences will be in your life. You are not meant to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You are meant to expand, evolve, and step into your fullest potential. So ask yourself, are you ready to make the choice that will change everything? The road ahead is yours alone, but it leads to something extraordinary. The freedom to be exactly who you are, without apology, without compromise, without fear of losing anyone. Because the only thing you truly lose is the version of yourself that was never meant to stay. And in that space, in that moment, you will finally understand that choosing yourself was never about being alone. It was about becoming whole, stepping into your power, and realizing that you were never lost to begin with, only waiting to wake up to the truth of who you've always been. If these words resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What does choosing yourself mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments and let your voice be heard. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, don't hesitate to send it their way. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to continue spreading wisdom, inspiration, and self-growth to those who need it most. Your journey begins now. We're here to walk this path with you. See you in the next video.